To put it simply, the federal government is not going to allow Cliven Bundy and the militia to emerge as heroes from this incident unscathed. It's not going to happen. What will happen? Well, we might see that the federal government seizes his bank accounts. And there is a simple question of why didn't they just do this earlier? In other words, if he owes the federal government over $1 million, they know how to execute a lien. They know how to put a lien on a man's bank accounts. They know how to put a lien on his property. They could put a lien on the property and not execute the lien until his death or the time of sale of the property. They don't even have to surround the property and say, we're repossessing it. That, at this point, would bring a crisis, all right? They might charge him criminally. In other words, if he's found in contempt of court, then the next thing would simply be to charge him with criminal contempt. In other words, if a judge issues you an order and you defy the judge, you can be arrested for criminal contempt. How do I know? It happened to me, okay? I was found in contempt of court many times, but one of the judges was tired of me, Federal Judge Robert Ward, and he had me arrested for criminal contempt. And I was tried for criminal contempt, found guilty, and spent 5 months as a federal prisoner. So they could charge him criminally. But what they can't do is they can't leave him alone. And the reason they can't leave him alone is because they cannot afford for the federal government to be seen as weak. Now, I want you to think through the assets that are at the disposal right now of the federal government. NSA has recorded every single phone call, every single email that originated within 50 miles of the incident that just occurred. You can bet your bottom dollar that federal agents and the people who work for them, like Edward Snowden, are going to be scouring, listening to every single phone call. And so one thing we know, one thing we can rest assured on, is that the people who were there are now going to be identified by the federal government in their role that they played on the ground by virtue of what they said on their cell phones, what they texted, or what they emailed. These people are going to be a part, in my opinion, of some type of a portfolio, some record that the federal government is keeping to identify them as the people to watch out for. I'm out of time. We're going to continue this discussion, but friends, this is a big deal and it's not over. This is the Voice of Resistance.